All Coronation Street spoilers for next week as baby emergency rocks family. Monday, March 31st. As Dee-Dee stands by Lauren's side at the hospital, offering reassurance that Frankie's stem cell transplant will be successful, she suddenly doubles over in pain. Concerned, she describes her symptoms to a midwife, who advises her to return home and rest. However, upon reaching her flat, Dee-Dee's waters break, signaling that her baby is on the way. At the maternity ward, Dee-Dee is gripped by intense pain while Ed desperately searches for medical assistance. A passing midwife makes an inappropriate comment, leaving Ed and Aaliyah stunned. Moments later, a doctor checks Dee-Dee's blood pressure and delivers alarming news: she is suffering from preeclampsia, and an emergency delivery is necessary. Still upset from their argument, Daisy vents to Daniel, insisting that Jenny has crossed the line this time. Meanwhile, Christina arrives at the Rovers, and Daisy puts on an act, pretending to be surprised by her sudden appearance. As Christina asserts herself in the pub, Daisy tells Jenny that after everything that has been said, she's not sure she can ever forgive her. Debbie urges Kevin to take a break while she takes care of Alfie. But their quiet evening is soon disrupted by deafening music blaring from Mick's house. When Ronnie stops by, he is startled to find Alfie sitting alone in the living room. Sensing something is wrong, he steps outside through the back door and is horrified to find Debbie collapsed in the kennel, looking disoriented and confused. Cassie confesses to Evelyn that she has real feelings for Steve, but despite her emotions, he has made it clear that he wants nothing more to do with her. Heartbroken, Cassie struggles to accept his decision, leaving Evelyn unsure of how to comfort her. On Wednesday, April 2nd, Dee-Dee appears visibly unsettled when James expresses his desire to name the baby Layla. Later, with the boys out of the house, Ed is left reeling as Dee-Dee confesses she underwent an emergency hysterectomy, leaving her unable to have more children. Ed urges Dee-Dee to deeply consider whether she is truly prepared to part with her baby. The revelation shakes James, who realizes this development could alter everything. Lauren visits Dee-Dee with the news that Frankie's operation was a success, but she is taken aback by Dee-Dee's unexpected reaction. As Dee-Dee reaches a final decision about Lila's fate, James receives a text message that has the potential to turn everything upside down. Meanwhile, Gemma and Chesney's bond with Mick and Lou strengthens as the couple generously offers them their old television and a roof box for their upcoming family trip. However, Mick continues to provoke Ronnie, prompting him to warn Gemma and Chesney to stay cautious. Mick may not be as trustworthy as he seems. Tensions escalate when Mick steps away, giving Ronnie an opportunity to slash a tire on his van. However, Debbie witnesses the act. Later, at the Rovers, Mick demands payment for the work he has done and compensation for his damaged vehicle, revealing he has captured Ronnie's actions on CCTV. Elsewhere, Kevin grows anxious as Abby rushes off during his chemotherapy session to tend to Alfie, who has fallen ill at nursery. Feeling abandoned, Kevin is found distressed outside the hospital by Julie, who suggests they head home together. Meanwhile, Abby, unable to reach Kevin, is furious when she later discovers he was with Julie and hadn't informed her. Thursday, April 3rd. Discovering that Jack got into trouble for fighting at school, Kevin bans him from attending the end-of-term party. During his chemo session, Kevin tells Abby he felt he was a bit hard on Jack. Meanwhile, at the precinct, Hope and Jack see two e-bikes left by Toya and Nick. They pay for the scooters and swig on a bottle of booze Hope had in her bag just as Craig and Jess appear, followed by Tyrone and Kevin. Jack admits he paid for the bikes with Kevin's credit card. Tyrone finds a furious Kevin drinking alone in the bistro, and the two men lock horns over whose offspring is the worst behaved and who is leading who astray. As Dee-Dee readies to leave the hospital, a worried Ed arrives carrying Layla in her car seat. She is shocked when Ed reveals what has happened and why he is looking after Layla. At the house, Dee-Dee tells Sarah and Aaliyah that her condition was avoidable. It was a result of gross negligence and she intends to make an official complaint. Aaliyah offers to start the process for her. At number 5, Chesney receives a text from Mick inviting him for a drink and his heart sinks. Chesney meets up with Mick in the Rovers and does his best to mask his anxiety. Later, as Gemma and Chesney settle down in front of the TV, they're interrupted by the arrival of Mick and Lou armed with beers and snacks. In the cafe, Julie persuades Eileen and George to join her for a day out on the East Lancashire Railway. Having overheard, Nick and Toya admire her zest for life. Having arranged to meet Todd, Theo knocks on the back door at number 11. A nervous Theo apologizes for his cloak and dagger approach. As Todd cracks open some beers, Theo starts to relax. Theo opens up to Todd and admits he finds him attractive, and they kiss passionately. Having spent the afternoon in bed, Todd and Theo are loved up. Theo tells Todd that his life is complicated and suggests they keep their relationship on the down low. When they hear George, Eileen and Julie returning, Theo runs out of the back door but forgets his coat. Returning later, he tells a gutted Todd that today was a one-off. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more movie spoilers next week. Goodbye and see you again.